Welcome to the Digital Marketing Secrets Show with Carlos Vasquez, where we share actionable strategies and tactics to grow businesses, no matter what industry you're in. Now your host, Carlos Vasquez.
This is live. Okay. Actually, no, it's not live. It's being recorded. What's up, Tocayo? Good morning, good afternoon, man, depending on whenever somebody's listening to us right now. What's up, my brother?
What's going on, man?
Long time no see, man. I see you lurking. Actually, you don't lurk. You actually like and you join Facebook Lives. You interact.
I share.
I get emails from you. So you're still active, and I don't know how you still do it. And I know my day is full of activity, but I don't think I do as much as you do, and yet you still manage to keep it. At least it appears that you're keeping up with everything. So
I still hear a lot of good things about where's the place at that the beer and wine place? That you still doing that one or no?
So which one? There's business.
Yeah, no, they're all over. It seems like you're doing everything. Just,
business, WeWork.
Yes.
What else?
One more. It was like a meeting room, and it was super chill. I was getting like amazing feedback from
Total Wine.
Total Wine, yes.
Have you done a Total Wine one yet?
I haven't been, just because the baby's born and all that there, but I've been dying to go, but I've heard great feedback about it. Like everyone's like, you gotta go.
Total Wine, they have so the one in Pembroke Pines, the one next to my house. You have to do that one, and the reason why is because it seats 100 people.
That's my question.
Absolutely free. You just have to book in advance, and it's during the week, which is the part that sucks. Because when I ran a meetup, I ran it at my regular time. It starts at 6 o'clock, 6:30, ends at 8:30. But the traffic for rush hour, no way, no one was gonna make it. So if you could find, maybe your group would be more inclined.
Right.
My group is not the same. My group is more like they're entrepreneurs that just wanna just get their feet where it gets started, and they're probably working somewhere else. Your group is like they're like fans. They're die hard. They're gonna make this work. So. All right, man. So I'm glad you came on board, because
I'm honored to be here,
dude. You not only have you been running the Amazon Wizards on Meetup, you have the Facebook group, and then between you and me, it was a race between either you or me who was going to be the Meetup organizer, and I lost like by a landslide. You were the one that ended up taking over, and now that I think about it, I'm glad that I didn't get it, because after seeing all the work. So maybe I got lucky.
I think you did win. When they told me in the last call, they were like, look, I'm going to be honest. It's between you and somebody else. This person's amazing. They coordinate meetups, speak English, speak Spanish, everything. I said, and he goes, he shares a name with you. I'm like, and I told him who you are. I'm like, is it this person? He said, yeah. I was like, well, you're going to do good either way. As a matter of fact, the person I would be contacting for any kind of help would be him. So,
which you did.
Yes.
And then when you said it was on Friday, I was like, oh, I can't do Fridays, man.
Yeah, Fridays, trips to New York, midday stuff, meeting. It's actually a big time investment, but it's rewarding.
It's so I mean, dude. So all right, let's just jump right in, man.
Okay.
How did you? First of all, when did you get into marketing, and then how did it all start for you?
For me, it started, I'd say, almost 13 years ago. Holding down a whole bunch of different jobs, AC tech, delivering subs, selling cigars, just all that. I had a really expensive ex-girlfriend, and I was just trying to like connect the dots, get stuff. And I started selling some stuff on eBay, and I got hooked on the process. And little by little, as the revenues generated from eBay started coming in, I started cutting my other jobs, thinking, if I had more time, I could make more. And my friends and family saw this, and they wanted to be supportive, and they're like, wow, he's going to like be an entrepreneur. This is great. First in the family. So they got some money together, and they gave it to me to start. It was $81,000. And I immediately went on Alibaba. I thought I was the only one at the time that knew about Alibaba, by the way. So it was like hoarding information. I didn't want anyone to know. And I placed an order for these like adult novelty products, which I don't even think I should mention here on the show. And I was going to sell them on eBay and be the next Bill Gates. This is what I was thinking. And I sent the money to this guy, and he ripped me off for everything, every penny. I lost everything. And it, more so than losing the money, it was everyone's look. Like everyone was looking at me now like, wow, this person's going to succeed. This person's going to succeed. And I didn't want that other look to come back. Like, oh, Carlito did it again, So I did everything I can. I went to go selling some of my stuff and try to get some seed money to start again. So that I don't take up the whole episode talking about this, a person in front of me in a line, I went to go sell 2 of my reptiles, and they were buying like $25 for 50 live worms, some insects. So I wind up starting to breed insects and sell them online. And nearly 2 years later, I wind up getting bought out in that company for what I find to be a ridiculous amount of money. And I just never, I never looked back. Well, during that time, to answer the question, my ex-girlfriend, she was really into these networking events and everything. And I was in this weird, awkward space because we're talking about over a decade ago, and selling on Amazon, selling online, that was seen as something kind of juvenile, something as a hobby, a pastime, not a career. So I was in a weird spot as far as letting people know, like, what do I do? So it was weird. And then she was just completely humiliated that, her boyfriend was, not only selling online, but selling insects. So she just said, she made up everything, logistics coordinator and all this stuff. So then as I started getting good, though, other people would come to me for help and I'd help them for free. It wasn't even like a structured agency type thing. And somebody said, "You're such an amazing marketer." And I was like, that sounds like such a legit name. Like, that's a legit title of what you do. Like, that's respectable. I saw somebody dress really nice once and he said he was a marketer. And then when I looked into what it actually meant, I realized this is what I do. Like, this is what makes me tick. And I love this. This is like my first love. So that's when I kind of realized that was the case.
Got it. So that's pretty interesting, because it seems like you became a marketer by accident, or you were a marketer. The fate was your fate was to become a marketer. You just didn't know that it was called marketer.
Yeah, absolutely.
As a matter of fact, I think not even marketers realize they're marketers until they really look at the definition. Because even my wife, she tells people I'm a marketer, and people still don't understand what a marketer does, because marketing is a wide array. It's like a full spectrum of different areas. Like, what you do is not the same thing that I do, but we're still under the marketing umbrella. And
you're a beast at what you do. Your email stuff and your funnel stuff is like other level.
Thanks, man. Well, I don't have your freaking insight on selling e-commerce the way you do. I started with eBay by accident as well. And Amazon this was back in 1990. I want to say 1998, 1999, when eBay was really kicking off. And I'm not going to mention how I was acquiring equipment, but however, I was able to sell it on eBay much quickly. And I was like, wow, I'm making money and I don't have to go anywhere. I had a friend of mine that he had a store in downtown, and he was selling all kinds of equipment, and he taught me the ways. He's the one that showed me the ropes. And Amazon was just basically just for books. And I was always going to Barnes and Nobles. I was going to Books and Books. And I was just, I think Amazon's going to be big. I think Amazon's going to, once they start selling other things, I think they're going to be unstoppable. And I'm not going to say I'm a prophet or anything, but at least I pride myself on being able to see things before it happens when it comes to technology. And eBay, thank God, is still around. eBay still hasn't found the right competitor, because Amazon doesn't do exactly the same thing. I mean, you can sell pre-used stuff, but the eBay process is not the same as Amazon. And what brought you to Amazon specifically? You were doing eBay, but then you decided to go on Amazon as well.
That's a good question. Again, I guess in this one, it was also kind of an accident. I was doing what I felt was really well on eBay, meaning at the time I was putting, over 100,000 in my pocket, which was to me like an amount of money that time that I thought I would never see in my life. Like, even if you coupled together a few years. And so I thought I was balling. And then one of the techniques I had on eBay at the time was I was just flooding it with auctions, and the auctions would drive a lot more eyeballs to my store. And actually, Ryan Dice mentioned something in his in one of his like execution plans or something. It had to do with getting a hold of B2B clients by putting up bulk auctions or bulk sales of stuff on eBay and being able to target those people. And I was doing something like that before hearing it from and Ryan Dice, but that's what I was doing. And then because I had so many auctions, Amazon's strategy at the time, although to this day they claim that it wasn't, is they were reaching out on the buyer-seller message board to all of us like high-level auction sellers saying, hey, check out this FBA thing we have and check out Amazon. At the time, I was just like, I'm already making what I feel is a little bit of margin. I'm going to pay to ship something to your fulfillment center, and then you're going to ship it. I'm not going to be left with any money. So they were just so annoying and following up that I said, you know what? they think they can sell stuff. Let me start sending them my stuff that I can't sell on eBay. You know, I overbought, things changed, and I sent it and it would sell out in the same day. And we're talking about, you know, a few thousand items selling in the same day.
Wow.
And just random items. And these items were dead on the only other platform I knew to sell on. So it really got my attention.
Got it. Well, I haven't ever tried to sell on Amazon, and apparently you've been able to make your name. You built a brand around the Amazon FBA process, and here in Miami, you actually have a major. How big is your meetup group now?
We're the largest Amazon seller meetup group in the United States, and we are the second largest in the world. By July, it looks like, just for the amount of new people that are coming in and the amount of groups that we'll have, we'll be the largest Amazon seller meetup group in the world.
Wow. So how did you get the idea to do this on Meetup?
I used to meet with a few friends that we started selling about the same time, and it was more of a Starbucks like get together each week. And it really just got to the point where it was just telling the same war stories over and over. And we were just like, let's get some fresh insights, some fresh blood in here. And I've always been a big, you know, meetup organizer, you know, coffee meetups, book meetups, entrepreneur. I've tried to start some marketing meetups like you've been super successful at, and I just found them like challenging to get going. But meetups always been even for product launching. Building audiences and people, that IRL in real life, has been something I love. And I see that most of my competitors are just, let me be on, nothing against social media or being online or digital, but let me just do this. And they kind of just write off in real life. And I was like, let me see that as an opportunity and let's do it. So the meetup group was born. I started it. It was going to be a once a month meetup group. We were going to meet at the closest Starbucks to my house so that when no one showed, it wasn't like really out of my way. First meetup, 4 people showed. The next few, 1 person, nobody. But I made sure every event to take pictures, do a quick little video, letting people know what we would have went over, not make anybody like shamed into not going, but letting them know how I understand it's a Saturday, life gets in the way, and let them know what's coming next so that they can get involved and not waste their Saturday. Because I was really like, that's really important.
Gotcha.
And now a small meetup for us is about 60 people per event. We have in excess of 100 per event sometimes, and we meet 9 times a month. So,
okay, so I'm glad you're bringing out the metrics, because I'm still I've gone ahead and decided, let me just focus on days that are more convenient for me, just like you know, and Saturday hasn't been a thought yet, because it's like, that means I'm basically working on a Saturday. However, I know you don't do every Saturday, right? I mean, you have
every Saturday.
But you do it, like you're the one who runs it?
Saturday's like the center, like the heart, the Mecca, if you will. I'm there almost every Saturday. The one that I sort of step out on sometimes is the mid-Tuesday one, and sometimes the Monday one. Just if, you know, something with now that my son's born, it's trying to find that work-life balance as an entrepreneur and be a good husband and be a great dad. So I'm trying to figure that out.
How long have you been doing the meetups?
Our 3-year anniversary will be in July of this year.
Wow. So you've got the largest one in the first largest in the States, but second one worldwide. Yeah,
we hit the largest in the United States mark at about right under 2 years.
Wow, man, that's amazing, bro. Congrats. It's an exciting metric. It's exciting to see other people sharing some type of passion with you. Everyone, as a marketer, I know we all feel like little in our silos. Like, we're geeks all on our own. No one's ever going through the same crap that we're going through.
Right.
It's always a lonely experience. But then to be in a room full of other people that are going through basically the same exact feeling, there's something exciting about that. It's like when we go to Traffic and Conversion Summit in San Diego. We're a bunch of geeks and we see each other on Facebook, but the fact that this is like a high school reunion like experience, you get to do it every Saturday. So that's kind of cool, man. I mean,
oh yeah,
I do my meetups once a month, and I get the same people coming by, and I have to share mostly the same knowledge from before, because it's like what I'm teaching is still new to a bunch of people, and yet, you know, it's one month I'll have 100, the next month I'll have 20, the next one I'll have 4. So it's never been one consistent amount of people. And to be able to